Hey there. In this quick lesson, we're going to talk about an overview of what I call our three M's. And when I first got started in business now over 20 years ago, 25 years ago, man, I was so confused. I was like a balloon that was blown up and let go. I was passionate. I was full of zest. I was full of zeal. I was full of energy, but I had zero direction. And over the course of these years and these businesses, you probably know, and I don't share this to brag on me because I ain't that smart. This is all Jesus through me, but we have had over 12 or 15 businesses at this point. The first batch were failures, absolute failures. The next batch were like little six-figure trinky dinky things. And then the last, I think 6 or even 7 now have been all 7-figure businesses. I've started businesses in business to consumer financial services, i.e. loan modification. We launched that in 2006. The Lord perfectly positioned us to hit the tsunami of the mortgage meltdown. We were printing money when the world was burning. And I feel like that's where we are right now, y'all. We're heading into a very uncertain time with a massive amount of disruption with AI, which is moving way faster than people recognize. Number 2, we're heading into an election season. And last time we headed into that, it was very disruptive, very combative. And now you have conversational AI where politicians can push a button and instantly reach out to 100,000 people and canvas and talk to them. There's deep fakes. So when that happens, and I know this because I've been through so many market cycles now, there's a massive disruption, and there are going to be businesses that flame out, and there are going to be generational wealth created. And you're sitting at that opportunity to create that generational wealth. So again, I don't say that to brag. I've had analyzed over 300 different business models to date. And when I didn't understand this 3M framework, I was broke and confused. Now that I do understand this 3M framework, I can pretty much print money on demand with the Lord's help. So what is the framework? Well, it's very simple. Number 1, mindset. Number 2, mentor. And number 3, model. And we're going to unpack each one of these. But in summary and as an overview, mindset is what happens between your ears. The difference between a ditch digger and a multimillionaire is not their work ethic. It's how they think. So we got to get our thinking right. And we got to get our thinking right in relationship to the kingdom, right? We're Christians. So we have to be in position. I remember I was visiting with a friend of mine and I was like, hey man, we're making some money. I need a financial planner. And so he synced me up with his guy. I think his name was Daryl or something. He's like, man, this guy's awesome, right? He's a big black dude. So I met with him down at a Dean and DeLuca. I parked my, beater Honda Accord, walked up to him. I think I passed a Ferrari and sat down. Dean and DeLuca, dude, dressed to the nines, big, bulky, ripped. Hey, Paul, how's it going? So-and-so introduced me to you, and I'm excited to meet you. And, how can I help you? And so I shared, hey, got a business. We're making a little bit of money. He goes, okay, fantastic. He goes, tell me about your accounting system. I'm like, what do you mean, my accounting system? He goes, tell me how you track your income, your expenses. And I'm like, well, I got a shoebox. I track my expenses in a shoebox. I'm not even joking. That's literally I was running a 6-figure business and I was putting receipts in a freaking shoebox. He goes, okay. And I'll never forget this. He kind of set his coffee cup down. He sat back, looked around, took a deep breath, and he said, hey, do you watch football? And I go, kinda. He goes, okay. He goes, you understand offense, defense, right? And I'm like, yep. He goes, well, let me ask you something. He goes, what would happen if the quarterback was trying to play an offensive lineman? How good would that be? I didn't really know what he was talking about, but I knew it probably wouldn't be good. So I said, probably wouldn't be good. He said, well, why would that not be good? And I said, well, because he's not really being a quarterback. He's doing something else. And he went on to explain, the defensive linemen are big. They're designed to prevent movement and be a brick wall. The quarterback's designed to be flexible, throw with accuracy, think quick. And he said, Paul, the reason that the quarterback would not be effective in that role is because he would be out of position. He said, Paul, right now, you're out of position. You don't even have the basic foundation of proper financial management. He goes, I can't do anything to help you. He goes, you need to get in position. He goes, you won't be blessed until you're in position. He handed me his card. He said, it was really good to meet you. Call me when you got that foundation set up. And he got up and he left. So there's a functional mindset for business in general, but there's also a functional mindset for being a Christian in business. Next, you need a mentor, like, period. We'll talk a lot about this, but if you're going to cross a minefield, it makes a lot of sense to cross a minefield behind somebody who's already been across. So if there's going to be a loss of limb, they lose the limb, you don't lose the limb. Trust me, I've lost a lot of limbs. So this whole system is designed so you don't have to do that. And then you need a business model, right? You got to have something that works, that's effective, that's thought through. You got to play chess. You ain't supposed to be playing checkers with this stuff. Okay? So we're going to get into that next.